Hi, we are the team under retail division with our focus on pottery art. So, we are the team of 5 members doing masters in sustainable architecture. Our main support system for this US Department of Solar Decathlon 2021 was Dean Architect Devyani, who was the Dean of Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, and also our faculty advisor, Architect Sheetal Kalamkar, who guided throughout the design. So our main concept is about saving the pottery. Being creative is not a hobby, it's the way of life. Our location is Chennai, India. So next comes the history and reasoning for the topic. A community of 100 families who were settled in a pottery town of Bangalore in 1926 was facing a threat from Metro Railway Department of Bangalore for the eviction of their settlement. So we try to design in a landfill site which is located 15 kilometers away from the Bangalore, and the site was said to be 46 acres, and the site was limited to about 5 acres for the design. So next comes the landfill treatment. So we need to treat the landfill site, and then we need to construct a pottery town. So we chose the biomining process as the main tool, and also the leachate was produced all over the site would be converted to electricity and can be used for the energy protection of the site. So next comes the site analysis and the land use all over the surroundings of the site. So the red part would be the site, and the major land use around the site was said to be the farmlands and also the commercial part. The predominant wind direction was about southwest direction and northeast direction. So next comes the on-site and off-site features of the site. The orange part would be the site which is going to be of a pottery settlement, and which is said to be a commercial space, and the rest of the 41 acres would be for the future settlement of the pottery artisans. And we could be able to see the residential area of about G+2, which is adjacent towards the site. Next comes the slope analysis of the site. And the gray contour lines would be the slope analysis, which is about 1 meter of a gradual slope. And the existing vegetation could be seen around the site. The brown part would be the site, and the possible entry would be at the east direction of the site. Next, by analyzing in the way of SWOT, that is the strength would be the sustainable site, flat land for the pottery, climate of the site, and the adjacent road. The weakness would be location, abandoned location, linkage between the core zone and the site, and the opportunity would be the development of the landfill site, resettlement of the pottery village, redesign of the sustainable site. The threat would be groundwater contamination and air pollution. Next comes the soil types and its construction. So the major part of the soil was found to be the red clayey soil, and the suitable foundation of the red clayey soil was the slab foundation, which can be used throughout the site.
Our main concept for the design is street morphology in order to maintain the aspects of the traditional retail space of the pottery artisans to make the artisans relate and connect to their new habitat. Low-rise planning to depict their traditional retail space with interactive spaces. Concept of creating a balance in the lighting through various elements to achieve the required direct and indirect lighting. Initial iterations were done for the basic square shape at 45 degrees and analyzed its effect on solar radiation, shadow, and wind. Square forms stacked up with spacings, projections, and voids shows better results in casting shadows and in improving the wind flow. Analysis for rectangular forms placed at 45 degrees seems more efficient in terms of radiation and wind. Concluded with more efficient form of rectangles, casting shadows on the adjoining spaces during the peak hours of the day, also improving the wind pressure on the surfaces. Daylight analysis done for the month of June For the shop interiors and corridor spaces, a maximum lux level of 500 and a daylight factor of 8 is achieved, with about 67.3% of the total floor area meeting the UDI requirements. During the month of December, the required lux level and daylight factor is achieved with a window wall ratio of 30%. Shadow analysis done for the southern facade covered with jali and the plaza spaces covered with pergolas in order to shade the space.
Our site is a total area of 5 acres. We have designed detailed block and detail, whereas the potter's workshop and the admin area is for the future development. The entry to the retail block is a semi-covered pergola provided, and which helps in depicting the street concept as explained before. And next we have site analysis. We have performed solar radiation and wind analysis for our site. In solar radiation, due to the effect of mutual shading, the radiation is being reduced. And in the wind analysis, there is a uniform wind pressure along the retail block as it is oriented in the 45 degree. And next comes the ground floor plan. In ground floor block, there is totally of 60 retail blocks. It is arranged in a curvilinear form to break the pattern of regularity and create a flow in the design. And the next we have the first floor plan. The first floor plan is connected through bridges and is entirely connected in the first floor level. And similarly, each retail shop is of size of 6 by 5 meters. The envelope of the retail shop is double skin facade. On the outer side, we have brick jali, whereas in the inner side, we have glass louvers, which helps in automation as based on our needs, either for the daylight or as for the ventilation. The ground floor restricted retail shops have green roofs, which helps in interaction at the first floor level for the users to have an interactive environment. And the next we have the total overall view of the retail shop, which shows the usage of bridge connecting the retail blocks and between them also the green roofs.
Bioswales of 2-meter width are proposed at the parking lot and pavement area to collect the stormwater runoff. The required tank capacity is calculated to be 6,48,000 liters. Inverted solar canopies with the inbuilt solar panels and a 3-layer filtration mesh to collect and filter the rainwater and convert it to potable water. 52 such canopies of 25 square meter size is proposed with a power capacity of 15 watts per square feet. Rainwater harvesting done for the rooftop and pavement draining areas, and the required tank capacity is also calculated. Grey and black water calculation done based on the usage of per person at each space.
When coming to the comfort study, jalis, pergolas, and width of the corridors plays an important role for the occupancy comfort. So we had designed jalis and pergolas with different ratios on each orientation. So when coming to first jali on southern walls, we had designed the jali with the ratio of 2:1 with a brick size of about 19 inch into 9 inch into 9 inch. So when doing with this ratio, the 2 is said to be the solid and 1 is said to be the void. So by analyzing it with the sun-as and shadow analysis, it is found that 30 to 50% of heat is absorbed by the adjacent wall. And this proves the shading time of 3 to 6 hours is in floor when compared to wall of 1 to 2 hours. And next comes the jali of the western walls. So in western walls, we had implemented the ratio of about 2:0.5. Since the west walls receives harsh sunlight, the voids will be 1/3 of the solids. So by analyzing again it with the sun hours and shadow analysis, 25% to 35% of heat is absorbed. So to avoid the harsh sunlight, and it is seen that 8 to 10 hours was the shading time of the floor and 5 to 8 hours was the shading time of the wall, which could be seen in the analysis part. And next comes the jali ratios for north and east walls. Since north and east walls need to receive a lot of sunlight, it is said to be designed in a ratio of 0.5:2. The 0.5 is said to be the solids and 2 is said to be the voids to absorb a lot of sunlight, which is said to be diffused. And by the simulation results on shadow analysis and sun hours, 25 to 35% of heat is absorbed by the adjacent wall, and 6 to 7 hours of shaded would be in the wall, and 5 to 8 hours would be at the floor. And next comes the analysis of the pergola. So the pergola was analyzed with two iterations. One is with the 1:1 ratio with the width of the pergola of 0.15 meter, and the void was also about 0.15 meter. So in this case, we had analyzed it with the sun hours and shadow analysis. By the result, we could get 6 to 8 hours shaded inside the corridor throughout the year in average. And next comes the iteration 2, that is with the ratio of 1:2. The width is about 0.15 meter and the void between the pergolas was about 0.3 meter. So while analyzing again with the sun hours and shadow analysis, the shaded was about 4 to 7 hours throughout the year in average. So when comparing iteration 1 and 2, iteration 2 seems to be better and shaded with the natural daylight throughout the year in average. And next comes the analysis of the corridor width. So we had tried with 3 iterations of different widths of the corridor, that is with 4 meter, 6 meter and 8 meter. Again, by analyzing it with the sun hours and shadow analysis for the whole year, it is found that the iteration 3, that is the width of the corridor of 8 meter, would receive partial daylight and shade throughout the year, which makes the occupant comfort very high. And next comes the materials, that is the materials which is used for wall and the material which is used for the roof. So at some cases we had used green roof, which can be accessible for the users to move. So the sum of all the material layers of the green roof was said to be the thermal resistance of about 8.26, and the heat loss was about 11.16 BTU per hour, and the heat gain was about 7.56 BTU per hour. So this makes the whole building cool. And when coming to the wall materials, we had tried out with 3 iterations and we had concluded with the wall materials of the layers of brick wall, cement plastering, and the time lag was about 3.26 hours, which is less comparing with the other 2 iterations, and the thickness of the wall was concluded with 255 mm.
Next comes the energy analysis. The proposed case model with a building envelope of insulated wall provided with the green roof and a wall window ratio of 30%, and the building is oriented towards 45 degree. The total annual energy consumption of the retail block is 5,17,772 kilowatt hours, whereas the energy usage intensity is 87. As per Solar Decathlon norms, the maximum energy usage intensity for the retail building is 100. So the energy usage intensity is gradually reduced. Next comes the orientation, where the orientation plays a major role in determining the usage of energy. Our building is oriented to 45 degree, and which is the most least consumption orientation, most least consumption energy orientation. When it comes to the lighting power density, for each shop, the lighting power density required is 579.6 watts, which is considerably low when compared to the norms of ECBC India. Next, when it comes to the energy usage, energy production is also a main factor. So the solar panels are being provided at the rooftops of the retail block. The maximum amount of energy is being produced during the month of May, which is 42,279 kilowatt hour, whereas the lowest amount of energy being generated is during the month of February, which is 11,280 kilowatt hour. And next comes the transmittal values for the green roofs and the filler slab, which are being provided at the retail block. So the transmittance U value of the roof of filler slab is 0.79, whereas the U value for the green roof is 0.12, which is a considerably low, which also helps in promoting the low energy usage of the building. Next comes the views of our building retail block. This is the interior view showing the envelope of the each retail block, showing the glass facade as well as the Rajali walls. Next is the exterior view which connects the bridge between the retail blocks and the street and the concept of street morphology. Next is the facade, showing the Jali walls from the exterior view from the OAT. And then the next we have the curvilinear form, which explained before, and it is the also showing the pergola patterns. This is the entry of the retail block having pergolas, hexagon pergolas. This is the space which connects the two retail blocks. Thank you.